All Hallows Eve right now, so there's a bit of a chill in the Parisian streets. But let's see if Gregor Huttu can brave the storm and lead away at the start from Olli Pahkala. We switch back to the pit lane there randomly. But the light's on now. They're about to go out. And we are racing in Paris. Clean start from Gregor Huttu, Olli Pahkala. Both as we see Holtzman and Huis, I think, going side by side there. That looked like Holtzman squeezing Huis there. I believe that was Holtzman squeezing. It's a little bit hard to tell. A lot of red cards. Oh, there's a bit of a act coming together there at turn 1. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but a lot of people have changed positions there. So yeah, so Bono, he's actually getting by Alexei Usi there, and Bono has dropped to 5th as a result of the contact there. And Enzo Bonito has moved up to 3rd in his team Redline car. So you see, oh, is that Graham Carroll just making a move there on somebody? Oh, someone being spun around in the green car there. Ooh,
that's Libert. That's the Frenchman.
That's Samuel Libert, the local Frenchman, and he's been spun out at turn 7. Yeah, so disastrous start for the race for him. Graham Carroll actually making a poor start. The championship. Samuel Libert has retired. Oh, and I can imagine the French crowd
Alessandro doesn't have a front wing.
Yes, Michel de Alessandro also may have been involved in the contact there. Graham Carroll, like I said, just making a bad start. Who's this? This must be, yes, this is Libert being spun out there, I think, by Barnett. Yes, that's Graham Carroll who's hit them, I think. Yeah, the blue car. I know that Graham Carroll is one of the guys driving the blue car. So, yeah, we'll have to see if he can, if that hurts his race too much, if he's taken any substantial damage there. The order at the top. Gregor Huttu leading from Olli Pahkala and Enzo Bonito, as we switch back to Graham Carroll challenging Iloma in front of him. Alexei Iloma. Look, yeah, he's having a look down the inside of turn 7, but Iloma sort of has it covered off there.
Pahkala's only half a second behind, but if he's gonna attack him, it only disadvantages their whole team. So yes. I do not expect him to do that.
And as I was talking about the back markers, this is Juan Ibanez running in 18th place that Huttu is about to lap. Let's hope that Juan leaves enough space as Huttu makes contact with the back of him, but Juan mercifully moves out of the way just in time. And I wonder, Juan is going to have to come right to a crawl, isn't he, to let the entire pack through. But yeah, very close now, Olli Pahkala, to the back of his Redline teammate Gregor Huttu for the lead of the final.
Meanwhile, Gessner's into the pits with Paris's.
Oh yes.
This releases Iloma for on a free track to maybe gain some time on Gessner if he did not destroy his tires too much.
Yes, and is this going to help Graham Carroll as well? If Iloma won't be held up so much, it will improve Graham Carroll's pace slightly too. Benito pitting. On lap 21 we see Benito and Bono Huis from 5th pitting in, followed by Wyatt Gooden, of course, who's also fairly high up there, and I think about 7th. Wisniewski coming in now as well, so this is a popular lap to come in.
And Graham Carroll goes into the pits trying the undercut on Iloma.
So hopefully this works out for Graham Carroll. Usi is pitting, Pahkala and Huttu are in as well from the lead. So this means that Patrick Holtzman is currently leading, having not stopped yet, along with Jakub Brzezinski and Alexei Iloma.
Holtzman is into the pits.
Yes, from the lead. So that puts Jakub Brzezinski in the lead now.
Holtzman nearly went into the wall there in that 180-degree turn in the middle of that pit straight. It was very lucky, but can he get in front of Bonito?
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that in the pit lane. You see Holtzman getting into the marks, switching cars, and about to count. There's Gregor Huttu, I believe, not retaking the lead just yet.
Overtook him back. It really was the undercut, which works way better than the overcut. Bonito got those fresh tires and just went for it.
So Miguel Ballestre now is leading. He's probably trying to overcut the people around him, and it may not do any good to his front tires, but maybe he'll have a bit of energy in the latter stages of the race. So you see David Greco overtaking Jakub Brzezinski, I think, after Brzezinski has rejoined the field on lap 26 now. So he's staying out very long. I believe the longest I've seen someone stay out to was lap 28. So Ballestre has really got to worry about running out, as we see Juan Ibanez entering, I believe, for a second time, or is this the first time he is pit? Either way, he is the rear of the field of those still running.
Well, just with Ballestre in front, 3 Redline drivers or 2 are bunching up. Huttu, Pahkala and Bonito, just very close to each other, but none of them still taking looks on the inside.
Yes, Ballestre is backing all 3 of them into each other. It's like a red train here. And
there might be a good strategy.
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to work for him because he'll be losing time, of course, just staying out there. Is he going to pit on this lap?
No, he stays out.
Oh dear.
Quite an interesting strategy, which Mark
he might run out in
will
front
not
of them
work.
if he's not careful. Yeah, as we see Walter Wedgworth retiring now, that may have been who we saw taking damage. He might have been trying desperately to get back to the pits. As it looks like, is there Pahkala moving out to the right there? No, not quite close enough.
He could have made the move.
Ballestre
They are
up.
simply not doing it. They are simply staying behind each other, just making it too Vegas.
Ballestre continuing to back everyone into one another. It's almost like a safety car period, isn't it? No safety cars in this game, of course.
Holzman closing in with a lot of time. It's nearly
that's
a
the big
full
threat to
second
all of them,
gained.
because Holtzman not on the same team, of course. He won't play by their rules. As you see Ballestre losing his front wing, making contact there, staying out again, but Gregor Huttu crucially getting by, and Pahkala is going to go side by side into the last corner.
Bonito touching the wall.
Bono Ruiz, the other red line car, is now approaching Ballestre. Ballestre surely having to pit on this lap, because if he wasn't in trouble before, now losing that front wing, he'll be in deep. He's not in a good place. No, he's staying out to lap 30, and I'm really worried about
top 7 within 7 seconds, and
yes. Miguel Ballestre, not good for his race, but he is making the race exciting here. As you see Bono Ruiz moving out to the left, he's got a wheel alongside. Is he going to try and brave move around the outside?
Here.
Yes, but they come together a bit, but Bono Ruiz coming around unscathed, and is Miguel Ballestre going to be caught up in more traffic here? No, it doesn't look like it. He is just able to hold on for another few corners.
Oh, Uzi trying to make the move on the inside and make some contact. White Gooden is going to make.
Yes, White Gooden is going to take
White Gooden.
Oh yes, White Gooden not going to be happy about that at all. Is Ballestre finally going to come in? No, we're going to lap 31 and he's continuing. That battery must be nearly empty now. No wonder he's coasting around. And this is all. Oh, he's weaving all over the straight. Yes.
Over the straight. It is a White Gooden in the
yeah,
middle.
They're still on the inside
contact.
there. Oh, they all
contact.
come together. Oh, that was White Gooden. If he was
Uzi
unhappy before, he's going to be even more unhappy.
Still.
Yes, Ballestre had to concede position there, but oh, what a messy moment that was there, and lucky
this puts a very nice train again. It's Greco coming up to Gooden right now, up to that tight hairpin.
And White Gooden, I
imagine, throwing it
not
on the
very
inside,
impressed by this at all.
And there is a traffic jam there.
I can imagine a lot of people in the top 6 are going to feel very aggrieved at Miguel Ballestre after this race. So yeah, this is Gooden. We're riding on board. He had the inside into the hairpin. This is him getting through past Ballestre. Yeah, we just missed that. Miguel Ballestre still continuing. I can't believe this. This is an insane strategy from Miguel Ballestre.
Well, at this moment, I do not think Ballestre is going for a good end result. He's just there to stay in the picture. I don't know why he's still there. He doesn't have front wing. He's not competitive.
Yes, and we see a move at the back there. Graham Carroll finally getting past Alexia Loma, taking advantage of this concertina effect behind Miguel Ballestre. So that's up into 12th place for Graham Carroll.
Also, mind you, there is a mandatory pit stop in here, so he cannot go the entire race with just one battery.
Yes, Miguel Ballestre, I think one way or another, either for holding people up, causing incidents, or for not pitting, he is going to have a hard time with the stewards after this race.
He
finally goes
right now.
David Greco just reacts in time.
This releases that entire train, which is bunched up.
Yeah, they can all breathe almost a sigh of relief now.
8th till 14th, right behind each other in a train.
The Graham Carroll there, we were just singing his praises.
Well, it was simply a bunching up of that entire train.
Yes. This is the move where he went right downside earlier when everyone was being held up by Ballestre, and beautifully judged there. Definitely one of the best moves we've seen in this final so far. I know it's Pahkala closing under braking there. Brilliant camera shot looking at the rear wing. You can see Olli Pahkala nibbling away at Gregor Huttu like a shark. And I think Gregor Huttu will be loving the way this race has turned out overall, because...
Oh, Pahkala touches the wall.
Oh, that's bad for Pahkala, but has he gotten away with that one? I think he's pushing a bit hard to catch up. So yeah, no love lost between these guys. It's a big duel going on here. And even though the positions may not change, Olli Pahkala is going to give it everything he's got. So maybe let's make Gregor Huttu sweat for this one at the very least. But the golden rule of Redline, of course, is don't take out your teammate. And the team bosses there will be watching. Any real standouts in this race for you as we get into the final lap now?
Well, Graham Carroll, I'm kind of disappointed. I expected him to be more up in front, try some more moves. He was one of the guys who I expected just to go for the top 10. He had nothing to lose. If he crashes right, he would be able to call the drop round and just still have those 2 other races to keep the championship lead.
Yeah, so I imagine Huttu will be crossing the line any moment now to take the win. But yes, a little disappointed. But I think he has made the moves that he has made have been good. It's just maybe, the quality of the drive is quite high. They've not given Graham Carroll the opportunity. Maybe if he'd been a bit more forceful, he could have made things happen for him a bit more. But I think it was always going to be unlikely. He needed something bizarre to happen in order to gain loads and loads of places. You can argue maybe he should have been more aggressive on strategy, but it is what it is. And Graham Carroll in 11th now. Gregor Huttu takes the win and the joint lead of the championship, I believe, with Olli Pahkala right behind him. And they're weaving, but this isn't the start-finish. I think they've forgotten about that. And Enzo Bonito takes 3rd place. Patrick Holtzman in 4th. Yes, and getting a really good result, Patrick Holtzman. Bono Huis in 5th. Slightly disappointing result for Bono Huis, given that he lost the position at the start. Never able to regain it, really. Alexi Usi, he'll be happy with his result here. Yes, not a newcomer as well. He didn't compete in Long Beach, and he's come 6th at his first attempt. Wyatt Gooden in 7th, finishing a final now this time. David Greco in 8th. Slightly disappointing, but he did make ground off from his grid position. Jakob Brzezinski's in 9th. Nikodem Wisniewski 10th. Graham Carroll 11th, as we mentioned. The former championship leader losing some points here. Alexei Aloma in 12th. Mark Gassner 13th. Dimitrios Parisas in 14th. Christian Kvyatniewski in 15th. Miguel Ballestre 16th. So Kvyatniewski did beat Ballestre again. And Juan Ibanez, last of the runners in 17th. The non-finishers, Walter Wedgeworth, Michel D'Alessandro and Samuel Libiet. Very early on, of course, on the first lap. We lost the bit. So there's we see Huttu and the Red Line guys, all information coming back into the pits. And they'll be delighted with this result. We've just been joined now by the top 3 finishers of the Cloud Sport Road to Vegas Paris Prix. In first place, Gregor Huttu from Team Redline. Second place, Olli Pahkala, also from Team Redline. And in third, Enzo Bonito, also from Team Redline. So, Gregor, I guess payback for Long Beach then. I mean, a really, really strong performance in this race, but Olli pushed you all the way.
Yeah, I think this was a better track for me than Long Beach, and yeah, really happy to get the win. After a race like that, it's tough to keep the car between the walls here, so yeah, it got a bit exciting in some parts, but yeah, we all came home with a good result.
So I have to say congratulations, and we have to move on to you now, Olli, and ask you about how your race went. Did you feel that was a chance maybe to get by Gregor Huttu when Miguel Ballestre was staying out and holding up the field? And do you have any thoughts on Ballestre's driving, and do you think he could have taken the lead?
Of course, there was quite a few spots to do the overtaking, but yeah, I thought we might need to play safe since we are teammates, so not to do anything stupid in terms of crashing or other ways. So there were quite many tough places during the race where there were slower people ahead of us, and there was a big train, and yeah, I was in the middle of everything, so it was a tricky one. But I think Gregor deserved the win this time. He was fast.
And did Enzo threaten you behind at any point?
Yeah, well, we had that one clinch with the back muck. He was close, but luckily he didn't get the proper run to the turn 3, so I could held up the position. But otherwise, I managed my pace quite well. Wasn't struggling at all. I liked the track more, like Gregor said, more apexes, more multiple apex sequences. I liked it a lot better than Long Beach was.
Anyway, well done on your second place, Olli. And finally, let's move on finally to you, Enzo. Redemption from Long Beach, I have to say, because I remember you crashed out in the final stages there. I imagine very frustrating, and of course having to take the grid penalty in the semi-final against Olli, but you made a brilliant start here. So to talk us through that start and the rest of the race.
Yeah, I had a quite tough week on Long Beach. I made a mistake, so obviously I paid for that. But I really tried hard for this Paris track because it was like I had this 2 place penalty, so I had to improve some way to like make pole position, and then obviously starting in 3rd place and try to make my way up again. So it really was hard, but I managed to do both semi-final and final race. I'm really happy about that. I just had to take it home, and yeah.
Yeah, so no threat from Holtzman behind then. Holtzman had a very strong race
I had
today.
It's quite tough to pass, so I said between me, I just need to don't make mistakes and clean lines, and then yeah, that.
I do have a question, mainly to all 3 of you guys. What do you think of people just staying out on track, and even though they are not actually battling for position, although it is for position theoretically, but practically not for position. How do you stand in that?
Yeah, it was a bit scary. I don't know if you can gain anything with that kind of a strategy, so I didn't really understand it, but you know, they have the right to do, I guess, what they want with the strategy. But yeah, it's not good when when they crash in front of you, so we got a bit lucky there. So, but yeah, good to finish.
Totally agree. They have the right to do
Totally.
it, but yeah, might not be the smartest move strategy-wise for them either. But yeah, it is racing and it's allowed.
But thanks very much for joining me, guys, and hopefully you'll be able to do just as well at Berlin in a few weeks' time. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Danke.
Thank you.